Welcome spring! Hi guys! We're going to be welcoming spring. I don't know about you, but I'm sure excited for the warmer weather. So we're going to celebrate that on our mat today. So go ahead and start sitting down on your mat. Straighten your legs, ground down nice and even through your sit bones. Pull your left foot up to your right thigh. Hug your knee with your right arm. Lengthen through your spine as you inhale and exhale to twist. Your left arm goes behind you. Lengthen up long and then exhale as you twist a little deeper. Come back to center, and then your left leg will go out straight as you bring your right foot up to your left thigh. You're gonna hug your right knee with your left elbow. Lengthen up long through the spine as you inhale, and exhale as you twist. Your right arm goes behind you. Inhale to lengthen that spine, and then exhale to twist a little bit deeper. Come up to kneeling on your knees. Send your left leg out long to the side of you, and your toes point towards the long edge of your mat. Bring your right arm down to the mat, and your left arm goes up, and you can bring that bicep right along your ear as you gaze up to the sky. This is a nice side body stretch right here. Come back up and then reach your left arm out on your shin as your right arm goes up for a nice side body stretch. Bring your left leg back to kneeling as you send your right leg out long. Toes are pointing towards the long edge of your mat. Left arm comes down to the mat as you reach your right arm up to the sky. And you can bring that right along your ear as you gaze up to the ceiling. Come back to center. Place your right hand on your right shin as you bring your left arm up and over and gaze up to the sky. Bring your leg back in and then bend your knees as you roll up to standing. Go to the top of your mat, and we're going to take our first flow. So inhale as your arms go up to the sky. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale as you place your hands down. Hold your breath as you step back to plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale through up dog, and then exhale through down dog. Take a couple of breaths here. You can pedal out your legs or whatever feels comfortable for your body. Walk your feet up to your hands. And then heel toe your feet a little bit more than hip distance apart. Grab your elbows as you relax down into a forward fold. And we're gonna do something a little bit different. Some people like to call this a sunflower, so I thought this was pretty fitting for our springtime theme. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go over to our right, keep a hold of your elbows and come up all the way, and then exhale down to your left. So we're going to do that one more time. Inhale up to the right and exhale down to the left. Now we're going to go to the left side, so inhale up to the left side and exhale down to the right side. Inhale to come up and exhale to go down on the right side. Relax into this position. You can shift from side to side if that feels good for your hamstrings. And then come on up, and we're gonna do another side body bend here. So bring your arms up overhead and clasp your hands together. Inhale and exhale to bend over to your right. Inhale to come up to center and exhale to bend to your right. Come up to center. As you inhale, exhale and bend to your left. Inhale back to center and exhale as you bend to your left. Inhale and come back to center. We're going to take a flow here, so go ahead and go into your forward fold as you exhale. Inhale to a flat back. Hold your breath as you step back into plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale through up dog. And exhale through down dog. Send your right leg up high and then step your right foot on the outside of your hands. You're going to come down into a lizard pose. So your left leg goes on the mat. And then with your right leg, you can leave it, the sole of your feet on your mat, or you can roll it out to the side. And we do that 5 times. So exhale to roll that foot out to the side and inhale to bring it back in. And you're gonna walk your hands out very slowly down to your forearms. If this is uncomfortable for you, feel free to stay up on your hands here. Walk your hands back in, curl your left toes under as you push up, send your right foot back, and now we're gonna go to the other side. So your left foot comes to the outside of your hands, right leg goes down on the mat, and then you can roll that left foot out to the side and back in if that's comfortable for you. You don't have to roll your foot here. You can keep it down on the mat if you prefer to do that. Then we're going to walk our hands out slowly onto our forearms if that's comfortable for you. Again, if it's not, please stay up on your hands and take a couple of deep breaths into this pose. Curl your right toes under on the mat as you lift your back leg up. Send your left leg back, and we're going to take a half flow here. So inhale to plank, exhale through chaturanga, inhale through up dog, and exhale through down dog. You can move here any way that your body's comfortable. I like to pedal out my legs a little bit and then stretch into my shoulders. Go ahead and walk your hands back to your feet. Bend into your knees as you roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Make any adjustments that you need to right here. And then we're going to come into a goddess squat. So step your feet wide apart and your toes are going to go 45 degrees out to the long edge of your mat. Engage your core as you sink your hips down. Bring your hands to prayer, and you can push your hands together here and sink down lower. Sink down a little bit lower. Take a deep breath here. Engage your glutes as you push on up. We're coming into a chair pose here. So place your big toes together. Heels come apart, and then you're going to sit back into your hips. Make sure that your knees are staying over those ankles, that they're not going over the toes. We want to keep our knee joints nice and safe. Bring your hands to prayer, and then bring your right elbow to your left knee and push as much as you can. You want your hands to be kind of in the middle of your chest, and then look up to the sky. Inhale to come back to center, and then exhale your left elbow will hook over to your right knee as you push in for your twist. Inhale back to center. Weight is in your heels as you come up. We're going into standing splits, so place your hands down to the mat. Keep your knees nice and softly bent here. Place your weight in your right supporting leg as you send your left leg up high. You can bring your hands in a little bit closer to your foot as you bend down into your standing split. We're going to go into a half moon pose here, so keep your left leg up and then walk your hands out from your foot about 12 inches. Get your balance and then raise your left arm up slowly to the sky as you gaze up. This pose is pretty tricky, so if you fall or come out of the pose, don't worry, just try to come back into it. Come back down to your mat slowly, bend into your knees as you stand all the way up. Inhale to raise your arms overhead and exhale through heart center. Let's go to the other side now, so soften those legs. Put your weight into your supporting leg. Left leg is slightly bent as we reach down to the mat. Kick your right leg up as high as you can. You can bring your hands in closer to your foot if that's okay for your balance as you bend into your standing split on this side. Come into your half moon pose. Walk your hands about 12 inches from your foot. Get your balance as you raise your arm up slowly to the sky. And then you can try to gaze up to the ceiling. If this is not comfortable for you at all, you can always use a block for your hand on the mat. Then come back down to the mat. Come into a forward fold as you roll slowly up to stand. Coming into a pyramid pose now, so your legs go wide apart. Back leg is towards the long edge of your mat. Arms come out parallel as you tip forward. Your forearm can come down to your thigh, or you can bring your hand down to your ankle or the mat. Left arm goes up as you gaze up to the sky. We're going to do some arm circles. So you can do this at your own pace. Inhale to send your arm up and down, and exhale to bring it back up and around. I'm going to do that a few times. Keep on going. Last one here, and then we're going to hold our arm up by our ear. So that bicep comes along the ear, and then bring your hand back down to the mat. Engage your core as you stand up, and we're going to switch to the other side. So right foot goes in, left foot goes out. Bring your arms parallel as you tilt forward. You can bring your hand to your ankle or the mat, or you can keep your forearm on the thigh if that is more comfortable for you. And go ahead and start with your arm circles. Inhale to come up and exhale to go back. Hold your arm up here and place it parallel to your head, bicep along your ear. Then bring your hand back down to the mat. Engage your core as you come up. We're going to go into a wide-legged forward fold, so toes point closer together and then hinge forward from your hips. Take your two peace fingers and place them around your big toes as you pull your shoulders back and down from your ears. Take a couple of deep breaths in this position, making sure that your shoulders are staying back from your ears. Really pull on those big toes here. And then bring your hands to the middle as we go into a Skandasana or a side lunge. Bend into your right leg as your left leg comes down to the mat. Flex that foot. Bring your hands to prayer if you can. If not, you're always welcome to leave your hands down on the mat and then go over to your other side. Right foot is flexed as our hands come into prayer. Hands come to the center of your mat as you push on up. Bring your legs together and then face towards the front of your mat and then come to sit on your mat. We're going to go onto our bellies from here into a locust pose. Point your toes here, legs come to the mat, and then tilt your pelvis into the mat. Reach your arms back, palms facing down. Exhale as you send your legs up. Inhale and then exhale as your chest comes up. Reach your arms back long. Release that pose and then bend your legs here. Reach back for your feet or your ankles. And then you're going to kick into your hands as you lift up into a bow pose. Engage through your glutes and your thighs. Release your hands and bring your hands underneath of your armpits. Take a big inhale here and then exhale as you push back into a wide-legged child's pose. Come up to tabletop, and then we're going to put our left knee directly behind our right knee and then sit back into your sit bones. Your feet should be evenly apart here and your knees should be tracking right over each other. Reach your right arm up and bend it back, and then your left arm goes back behind your lower back as you grab your fingers. If you can't clasp your fingers together here, you can use a strap or you can just hold on to your shirt. Bring your hands back to your mat and unwind your legs. Your right leg is going to come back behind your left knee as you sit back into your sit bones. Your knee should be right over the other knee and feet are evenly spaced apart. Left arm goes up and back, and then your right arm comes back to clasp. If you can't clasp, don't worry, use a strap or just hold on to your shirt. Unwind your legs and then make sure you're seated near the middle of your mat. And we're going to lay down now into corpse pose or Savasana. So come to lay and melt into your mat. You can walk your shoulder blades underneath your upper back, palms face up, and let your legs relax. So your feet will probably naturally go open to the sides, and that's okay. Try to focus on your breath right here and take a mental scan of how your body feels and where you've opened up space where there wasn't before your practice. Feel the back of your head heavy on the mat, and then you'll feel a natural space of where your neck is. Your upper back will be heavy on the mat. As you go down to your lower spine, there's a natural curve there. And then your glutes will be heavy on the mat, down to the natural curve in your knees. Calves are heavy on the mat, down to your heels. Focus on your breath. Your breath should be at your natural breathing rate now. Keep relaxing and focusing on your breath. If your mind wanders while we're in Savasana, just try to bring it back to focus on your breathing. You can stay here as long as you would like, but if you're ready to come out of this, start wiggling your toes and your fingers. Bring some blood flow and awareness back into those areas, and then slowly turn over onto your side. Take a couple of breaths right here. And then go ahead and come back up to a seated position on your mat. I hope you guys enjoyed this springtime yoga class. Namaste.